In this video, I'm going to go over 3 tickers for a trader named Peter. Peter is interested in NNDM, LKCO, and BNGO. First up, Nano Dimension. We ended the day at $2.49, down 4.6%. The day's low, 248. The day's high, 257. And we are right here at support. I will anticipate a bounce as people buy the dip. So from where we are takes us to a gap fill beginning at $2.53, the middle of the trend and resistance and a potential take profit area, 257. But if I'm right here, I might as well wait for this gap to close and take a bigger risk at $2.60. Above that, at another level of resistance and potential take profit area, $2.66. 3 standard deviations is roughly 271. And at 4 standard deviations, which I do not anticipate we get there on Wednesday, 275. Ignore the yellow lines. Those are different support and resistance lines that I have marked out for myself that I should delete, and I have not yet. Now, to the south side from where we are takes us to another level of support at 244, and below that at -4 standard deviations, $2.39. If we get to this level, I definitely will be scooping up and buying more. I am in this trade, but I'm upside down because it tanked after I bought it. Happens to me all the time, but I'm not panicked. I am not freaked out. This is a long-term trade for me. Now, looking left, note all this area here got bought up at support, rode up to resistance, and what happens at resistance? People take their profits and they run. So we started to go down, sideways, down again, back up a little bit, and then back down to support for a run up, and then the cycle repeats itself, support and a buy-in. And I anticipate price to always stay within -2 and 2 standard deviations. For me, that is a safer play. But if I'm down here and I ride it to this first level of resistance for me, that is an area to hop off the gravy train if you don't like a lot of risk and play it that way. The 1-year price target, I'll get to that in a second. But note the RSI on the 5-minute time frame is turning up. Obviously could go up and then psych you out, go sideways and go right back down again. So watch out for that. But right now I do anticipate a bounce here as this is oversold. I use this as support and resistance. And for me, this is at support. And up here, this would be resistance. And for me, a possible take profit area. On the let's go to the daily time frame, turning down. And we are at 55 on the weekly, also moving down. And on the monthly, we are turning up on the monthly. Lots of room to move to the upside before we are overbought. Back to the 5-minute. And now to the 1-year, not the 1-year price target. Actually, I'm sorry, the 1-year price target from TradingView. Let me show you. Actually, let's go over the performance. For the week, we are up 4.6%. For the month, a whopping 12%. Congratulations if you've made some money here. And on the 1 year, we are up 4.62% year to date. And under the technicals, a strong buy. And there, on TradingView, we get no guidance in terms of price targets. So if you check out tip ranks, the low forecast is $6, the average is 10, and the high is 14. Obviously, we are not in this channel, not in the zone, not even close. This is a year out prediction, but something to look forward to. And obviously, many levels in between to trade. Now, from where we are, let me flip this over to the 1 hour to see it better. Actually, no, I have to shrink it down too much. Let's just take you to the daily time frame. And it's hard to see, but we are right here. So from today's price at $2.49, if we hit $6, oops, Command Z. Oh gosh darn it, I need to fix this. There we go. To $6. Takes us to a profit of 140% from where we are. So obviously lots of potential here, but also a lot of heartache and headache to get there. Now, if we make it to $10, that would be a return of 200 and let's just say 300% roughly. And at $14, roughly 462%. And if you don't know, this company engages in the provision of intelligent machines for the fabrication of additively manufactured electronics, whatever that means. Just a bunch of smart people right here, right? So that's a look at NNDM on the 5-minute, the daily as well. Now I want to go over another ticker that he is interested in, and this is Lu Kang. This is a Chinese company from Beijing, and LKCO. There we go. I need to move this. All right, let's go over price targets for Wednesday. But let me switch the candle because I don't like it the other way. It's too tiny, too wonky. This smooths things out on something as a ticker like LKCO. All right. To the north side, back at the middle of the trend, takes us to 0.8748, so 87 cents, a potential take profit area. Above that, $1.04, $1.12, and $1.20. To the south side, at support and a potential buy-in area, 71 cents, 63 cents, I'll round up, and 55 cents rounded up. The RSI going sideways, but plenty of potential and potential to get to the upside without being overbought and overextended on the 5-minute. And see, we're just grinding here along the middle of the trend where I always anticipate price to rest before going to the upside or the downside. And in this case, we ran up to resistance, went sideways, hit resistance again, grinding along this line, and then falling back down, not quite touching this line, which is support, but close enough. You can turn on your VWAP. You can turn on your Bollinger Bands, another linear within the linear, and obviously you can mark out trend lines for yourself also. But let's take a look at this on the daily. You'll have to ignore the linear because it gets absolutely wonky on this. So let me turn this off and show you just what we look like here. And I'm going to talk about the 1-year price target. Okay, let me move that. So look at this fall from grace. I've been looking at this for a long time, but I have not marked it out. And at the high, see, I have my magnet turned on. Notice how wonky it gets. Oops, and this, what is that? Okay, that's nuts. to this level here was a 99% to the downside movement. Okay. RSI overextended, so watch out. We could go a little higher. Look, we were at this level, 93 in the past on the daily, and then we tanked after that. So that's the highest it's ever gotten. Could we hit that? Absolutely. Will we? Who knows? But look, I think it's already starting to turn. See that? If you blow this thing up, you can see it's starting to curve down already. So we're going to see price on the daily move to the south side, but obviously going south to possibly go back up again. And on the weekly, turning straight up. On the monthly, just kind of going sideways. Now let's take this back to the daily and talk about the price target. But before I do, let's look at performance since I'm over here. For the week, up a whopping 74%, so congratulations if you've made some money there. For the month, up 55%. Year to date, 55% as well. Technicals show a strong buy. And no price target on TradingView. So then I did some digging, and according to the Wall Street Journal, the 1 year price target is $54. It's hard to imagine getting from 75 cents to $54 in 1 year. But miracles do and can happen. And if that is the case, at 54, let's see if I can get it closer. There. That would be a return of 7,000%. Fingers crossed for Peter if you're in this for the long term. And hopefully you were able to get it down here. But I know that many people got caught and are still holding on. And that's the kind of trader I am. I don't really care about getting out if I'm stuck. I don't sell for a loss typically. But I know people don't like that style of trading, but that's the way I do it. And then I will just dollar cost average and kind of work my way back up. And that's fun for me too. All right, I think I've covered LKCO enough here. And I want to move to BNGO, which I just did recently. But let's take a look at it again. While I'm on the daily, the price target now is $9. The previous price target that I looked at back in August was $19. Look how much it's come down. And it probably will get revised downward again because that's what always happens. The market makers change everything so they can get in or out. So you just have to look at the price action and figure out where we are going yourself. And then set stop losses, set your sell limits to get out if you're trading. And the earnings report is coming out on March 7th. Fingers crossed that we report in the green. All right, so let's take a look at this RSI. On the daily, we are turning down. On the weekly, turning up, so that's good to see. Tons of movement before we are oversold here. And on the monthly, going down, so still some pain. And let's take this back to the 5 minute. Looks like we're just kind of going sideways until we make up our mind. But look at this. Got down to 13 here. And on the high side, we got to, looks like, oops. Look at this, all the way to possibly 93-ish. Yep. So I will mark that out on the 5. If we hit this, I will anticipate it cracking. I'll always anticipate it cracking at 70 anyway. But if you can eke out some more and gets more money before it sells off, that's great. All right, let's go over the 5-minute time frame. Put this back. Okay. We are at $1.19. To the north side takes us back to the middle of the trend, and that is roughly 127, also potential take profit area. There's this gap. Let me flip this so you can see it. This I talked about previously. And let's just mark out this. And here we are at 129. Roughly, that will close out. Ignore the line here. This is where I sold out. Now, to the north side of that takes us to 137, 142, and 147. I will not anticipate price hitting this level on Wednesday. To the south side now, 116, ignore the pink line, that's my previous buy-in area, 111, and 106. Okay, looking left, closer down to support here and a bounce to resistance, broke through, fell back down, all resistance here, sold off at resistance. People take their profits and they run, they lock in and they leave, and it crashed. Okay, and it also could crash because of news. And despite if you don't hear about any bad news, I will always think there's going to be movement to the south side if we are at resistance. Okay, so keep that in mind. And what else? Sell off here at resistance, back down, an attempt to get back up again, and then boom, we're down here going sideways. But I do think we will hit the middle of the trend, but I don't know what the RSI is doing here. So if I don't really know what direction it's going, sometimes I'll just flip it over to the 15 and the 15 going sideways as well. So this one is kind of hard to tell, but plenty of room to move to the upside on the RSI. Now let's take this over to the daily. See how wonky that gets with the linear? I can't even look at it. Look how messy that is. So I don't even like to look at it anymore on this with, again, the linear. But where are we? We are down here. So the next level could be at roughly $1.92, 402, and possibly 610. Don't hold your breath, okay? That's on the daily. Not even close. But the 1-year price target, since I'm here, I will show you. On TradingView, the 1-year price target is $9, which represents a 656% from where we are. All right, and after that, it's $9.14. Don't hold your breath, not even close. But something, again, to look forward to. And I've already marked out on the daily a gap that even takes us above that. Okay, but that's a long ways off up there. And Peter says, is there a possibility of getting to $100 in 2026? I don't know about that. I think the potential is there, but that is asking for a lot from where we are right now. Why did I mark this? All right, these are old. Ignore all that. The price targets did not line up. When I move from different time frames, the thing gets wonky on me too. All right, but I'm going to do one thing. I don't know if this is going to play out. Oh, let me turn off my magnet. Okay, I'm going to clone this. Take it to the lowest point. It's hard to see. think right about there. So where does that take us? To $65. The potential to $65. But the all-time high, well, that's not it because that's the 52-week high. The all-time high is $154. And if you turn on your Fibonacci retracement, take it up to here. I mean, where are we? At the 61.8% retracement. See, oh my goodness. That's at this level. So I don't know if we will get there in 2026 that you asked about, but I think obviously the potential is there, but I don't know if I would make a prediction that far out. I don't do that. I really trade price action on the 5 to show you because I've done monthly and daily, and it just takes so long to get there that it's no fun. People watching the videos have no interest in that, I don't think. Now, I like to trade on the bigger time frame for myself. And when I look at this, look at this. This is accumulation to me. But this is where I would accumulate. But on the monthly time frame, we're still going down or going sideways. But the potential could be to go down to, oversold. Daily, well, first monthly there, weekly, and then daily. Going down. Why? Oh, yeah, that takes us out to just December 2024. So in 2026, if the price target is $100, I marked it. Oh, I think that's where I marked it out, but it moved on me. $100. Let me move this. $100 in 2026. I think that's what I was trying to do, but it changed. I'll have to keep my eyes out on this for you, Peter. Monthly. Where are we here? It's hard to see. See how it changed on me? I don't like this. Yeah, I'm sorry. I cannot get this to line up on the different time frames. It just doesn't work out anymore. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I'm going to end it here because the video is getting long. Let me take this back to the 5-minute where I like to look at price action and gaps. All right, thank you so much for watching.